Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is November 22nd, 2024, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, cryptocurrency XRP explodes. But first, we get today's major economic events. So we have today Flash Manufacturing and Services PMI numbers coming out from France, Germany, Great Britain, and the United States, starting at 10:15, 10:30, 11:30, and 4:45. In addition, today we have at 3:30 South African time retail sales coming out of Canada. Now looking at the market, starting out the Forex symbols, the euro and the British pound break lower versus the USD. And looking at the indices, the Dow Jones pushes higher, while the Nasdaq remaining unchanged. Looking at commodities, gold pushes back to its 50% retracement of that major sell-off. It is posed for a correction. And looking at natural gas, at an exhaustive move on the upside. Now looking at the stocks, Netflix continues to go higher. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin also makes new highs for the day. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Now it is breaking much lower to 104.61 right now. This is super important because what means is that the next real support level is 102, and that means we're closer to 1 and this we haven't seen obviously in over 2 years. So this is a big deal for the Euro USD. If we look at the GBP USD, also breaking that supporters level at 126.46. We've been there before, but not at this level, so keep this in mind. The next real supporters level is 123 for the GBP. Now looking at the Japanese yen, also did get stronger versus the US dollar just and consolidated, so it didn't really move that much. Now moving over to the commodities. Okay, there we go. It's Friday and it's at the end of the week and my head is not working as close. Look at gold. All right, now this is a classic trade. What does that mean? We have a major sell-off. We have a 50% retracement back to its highs, and that's where we're about right now. And this is where I expect the correction to be. So keep an eye on it because this might be a really great trade on the downside if it does correct itself. Now looking at crude oil, we did get a bounce. Natural gas gets an exhaustive move at the top of its range here. It moved to 358. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to sustain itself. And this is really important because there is significant resistance at this 350-ish level. So keep that in mind as this may still retrace. Now looking at the U.S. market, starting out with the Dow Jones, has a nice pivot upwards yesterday. You asked me which stocks went up. Well, we're going to take a look at it. And it just seems like it's stock specific. It's not across the board. All right. So this is really what's very important. And NASDAQ didn't do much yesterday. So that's another thing. Now looking at, Alcoa. This moved higher yesterday. Okay. Now Alcoa is moving higher on a weekly chart. As you can see, we pivoted above our previous high. And this is why it's super important. What else moved up? Netflix. Look at this thing. This thing is just a rock star. It doesn't go down and continues going higher. And we hit all-time record highs on Netflix as well. So this is super important. Now the other stocks didn't do much. Okay, if I look at Google, didn't do much. It was down on the day, right? So nothing really doing. Now yesterday, NVIDIA came out with its quarterly earning reports. How it's going to actually be accepted by the street is another story. Okay, now they are the biggest semiconductor AI forward-looking company that we know. And so it's a matter of time. I mean, like everything is really, everybody wants to anticipate the top, but we still don't know how far this industry of AI is going to take us. And we're still just seeing the fruits of it, or the beginning fruits of it. So harvest is going to still come in a long time. Now looking at Bitcoin, moves to all-time record highs, 99,198. Where were we when this was a $300 a coin, right? That's everybody's question right now. Where were we when this was a $300 coin? Now lastly, I want to take a look at this XRP because it is also exploding. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at it all the way back here to 138. Now what's exciting about this is that it does create this fade opportunity, right? It's moved higher, okay, from 110 to 138, which is not a big move, but it's a big move for such a currency. All right, if you look at a daily chart, this thing has been around the 52 cent range for most of the time. So you know, for this to go up like this is just unbelievable. And you have to take note of it. Now, it might be a fade opportunity. It might just churn in the top of this range and it will be a lot of churning. But, you know, ultimately it's something to look at because it does look like it does have some character. And if you want to day trade it, that's probably the safer way to go with it. Just be careful, okay? Because this thing can move and can move against you very quickly. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. Thank you.